grandson of Right Thought. We were talking about the puppies in the kennel and the buyer who goes to choose the puppies. I want you to consider that being you. Do any of y'all have pets? Any of y'all have a puppy or a kitten or anything like that that you went to go pick out of a litter? Okay, well then you can relate to this. When you go to choose the puppy, when you pick one, what does that say about you as a person? The pick that you choose. Does it say if you're a good or a bad person based on the pick of the puppy that you choose? Does it say whether you're righteous or unrighteous based on the puppy that you choose? Now, those puppies that get picked, once you pick the puppy that you pick, those other puppies that's left, what does it mean about how you feel about those puppies? Now, you who have done this should be able to understand what you were thinking and feeling. When you picked your puppy, were you even considering those other puppies? When you were riding home with your new puppy, patting him on his head and everything, were you even thinking about the other puppies? Were they even a thought to you? Did they even exist to you? Then I want you to consider a few things that you're about to hear. Really consider it. Abba says he chose Israel to be above all people upon the face of this earth. They are his chosen people. In another place in the scripture, he says, as far as the other nations go, they are as nothing and less than nothing, but be like unto spittle, or as a drop from a bucket. So if you go to get some water, and you put it in a bucket and you're walking back to your house with it and a single drop drops off the bottom of it, will you even notice it? Does it even exist to you, that drop? So now are you able to relate to God and his people? And also how God feels about the other nations? Is he unrighteous for that? When you found yourself at the kennel looking at the puppies and then picking the one puppy you picked, and then you went home with that puppy and you loved all on him, while those other puppies are just sitting there in the kennel just going, that mean you bad or unrighteous? And you would say, well, no, it doesn't. Well, then how in the hell does it make God unrighteous or bad because he got one he chose? I'm not sure if y'all understand the word elect means chosen. Now, does it say that Abba has an elect on the earth? We read right there where it says, the days are shortened for the elect's sake. My right hand shall hold up mine elect. So then we see that there's chosen. Is Abba unrighteous for that? Now that we've discussed you and the puppies situation there, or you watching a sporting event that your kid is involved in, and you're watching your kid, the other kids don't necessarily exist. Your kid is who you're watching. Are you wrong for that? That's the question here. Are you unrighteous for that? So now we all can understand then how Abba is dealing with us as elect. His vessels, his chosen vessels. Those who are not elect, when they don't get picked, is not our concern. If we are concerned with that, then you're missing all that heavenly glory. You're the puppy sitting in the woman's lap, getting petted on the head, eating food of gourmet on a crystal platter with a golden fork with a bow on your head and a collar, and you're eating this shit, and you're saying, what about those other guys that were there that were getting picked? No. Nope, because if you're doing that, you're not able to accept all the heavenly glory you're experiencing. Because guess what? Some of those other puppies get picked too. But they don't get picked by a good owner. Now, do you have an owner, elect? Let's see. The ox knows his owner, and the ass knows his master's crib, but Israel don't know, nor does he consider. So Israel don't know his owner. So he does have one. But he don't want that to be the case. He's proud and arrogant. He's his own owner. I'm not submitted to anybody. If you don't submit, then you're dead. Then you're null and void. Now I want to explain that to everybody. Why is that the case? That if you don't submit, then you ain't powerful. You're powerless. Because in everything there is to do, and anybody listening to me can agree, that anything that you do in life, there is a strategy or a technique to doing it. Everybody knows this. If it's swimming, there's a technique that works, that can be taught. If it's cooking, there are techniques and strategies, recipes. Doesn't matter what it is. And once you learn the strategy, then you get good at it. You see, you become adept at it. Now, the one who submits to the strategy the most is the one who will become the most adept at it, because he's not fighting against working principles. I want y'all to let that simmer on in your pot there and bubble on up and percolate. Come on, bubbling like a pot, I'm percolating. Bubbling like a pot, I'm percolating. Come on, let it percolate. Wait a second, grandson. What you're telling me is this. Everything in life has a destination. And if I want to get there, and there's a way and a strategy for every destination. And if I follow that path and strategy without deviating from it because I think I know more than the strategy and I think I'm better and I can do my own will and figure it out. See? If I don't deviate from the strategy, then I'll get there faster. Just like the GPS, this is very simple. If the GPS says go 7 miles north on Adams Street, and you get on Adams Street, do a U-turn and start driving south. And you drive south for about a minute before you look at the GPS and realize you're going the wrong way. And you say, oh shit, I'm going the wrong direction. Let me turn around. Now, there was another guy that was driving 7 miles north. He didn't do a U-turn. Y'all were at the red light together. He kept going straight. By the time you do the U-turn and go cover that mile again and then do the 7 miles, who's going to get to the destination faster? The guy that did the U-turn or the guy that just kept going north like the GPS told him to do? So it's not that they both didn't get there. See? They both got there. But one guy got there later than the other one. And he had to go through a little stress and a little bit of anxiety from having gone the wrong way. Well, it's the same thing here. So what I'm telling you is, if you stay on the narrow path, now the scripture says we all actually have gone astray. So we've all postponed our reunion with the shepherd, which is when we meet him back at the path again. He goes, how was your little trip? You're like, no, Yahusha, I don't know why I thought I could leave you out of the picture and succeed. Seeing that you're my shepherd. See, you're my owner that picked me from the kennel. Just don't get offended by the terms. Understand the wisdom in it. You see? understanding that you chose me out of the kennel. So then you're the one that's teaching me how to poop outside. Just don't get offended. Get the wisdom. You're the one teaching me what not to chew on. You're the one feeding me. You're the one bathing me, cleaning me. It's just all true. You're the one doing all of this for me. So then, when I deviate from what you tell me to do, like when you say don't doo-doo in here and I do doo-doo in there, then I have to suffer a consequence for that, don't I? And then for some reason, I, as your dog, feel like I've done wrong, so I'm a little skeptical about coming up to you, and I don't know if you're going to accept me, and my ears are all down, and my tail's like all tucked down, and I'm like, please, I'm about to damn near pee on myself because I'm nervous if I'm back in your good graces again. Notice how a dog comes up to you that didn't tear shit up in the house. Notice how he comes up to you when you get home. And then notice how the dog that tore all the shit up acts when you get home. Notice if he just comes up to you. Or if he don't. So then that's you in Yahusha. When you done wrong. You don't just come up boldly to the throne of grace because of your guilt and shame. It's so obvious that Abba's showing us this through everything. That's you with your tail all down, ears all down and shit, hoping, Master, please accept me back and rub on my head again, please. I love that feeling. I sure love that feeling. Rub on the back of my ears there. Do the belly rub. And you're like, you tore my curtains. You chewed my favorite house shoes. Look at the house shoe. You hold the house shoe, the dog tucking away, hiding and shit. He's like hiding under the table and shit. Oh shit, he got that damn shoe I chewed up. Shit. He's reminding me of my guilt. Fuck. Ah! Ain't it true? If you have a dog, then you know it. It's so funny when you watch them do it. You're like this. You're like, you be a good boy. You be good. You leave the house. He's sitting there. He's like, I don't know if my master's ever coming back here. I mean, he left, and I'm not sure if he's coming back. I can't get out of here to go get to him. Shit. Anxiety attacks start coming on his ass. Okay. I need to relax. I need something to soothe me. There's my master's underwear there in the corner. Oh, God, I can smell them from here. I don't want to go over there and do anything, but I really have anxiety. I need something to calm me down. Please, something. Okay. Don't do it. No. It just smells too good. He go over there. He chews the crotch all out of the underwear and every damn thing. Chews the sock until there's no bottom of the sock. Choose only one special part of the house shoe and shit, just the corner on the back that you walk on. He just choose just that corner. And you hear the fucking car pulling up. Oh shit, master! Oh, spits it back out. Tries to push it under the trash can and shit. Runs and sits down. La dee 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 dee. I'm not doing anything. I've been the best dog. It's all kind of remnants of the material tore all up on the floor. He's like, oh shit, I didn't have time to hide that shit. Oh, master doesn't see it. Master gets home, he's sitting there nervous and shit. Master walks in, looks at the damn remnants on the floor. The dog immediately knows. It's hilarious. The dog will be like, you'd be like, rascal. He'd be like, nigga get to acting weird. You hold up one little piece of material, the nigga take off. That's how we is with our sin. You see? That's the truth. Soon as it get held up, we be like, yeah, I did that shit, yeah. Can I get back in? Grace. Boldly approach the throne of grace. You see? Boldly approach. Walk right on up there then. Boldly. Y'all know what boldly means? Since you're elect, then you might as well accept. And like I said earlier, you may as well become adept. You see what I'm saying? You better accept it and walk in it. Okay, since I'm elected, then I can boldly approach what has been given to me. He gave me grace. Let me boldly approach it when I go astray. If I happen to find myself astray, let me go on right back. Hey, shepherd. Yes, He'd be like, yes. Um, where's the path that you said I need to be on again? Follow my voice, follow my word, and return unto me. And you find yourself right back into his bosom again. And he said, how was your little trip? It's way better right here getting my head petted on and the back of my ears rubbed. You understand? It's way better. Because like I said, back to the puppies, some of those puppies got bought by owners that ain't good shepherds. They're not good owners. You see? Doesn't it say he knows his and his know, he knows them by their name. He calls them by their name. And he leads them. And the sheep know his voice. So when he walked in and said, look, I'm not here for any old puppy. I'm here for my puppy. Where's my puppy? His puppy ran right up to him. That's what he did. Now, did you do that when you picked your puppies? Or did you pick the one out of outward appearance? Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Did you choose the one because it had blue eyes? You was like, oh, I want that bully right there. The one with the two blue eyes, the blue one. Give him to me. Yes, the one with the big broad chest. Then you get home and your house shoes is all toe up. Your blinds is all ripped down off the window. You try to comfort him because of the thing he destroyed. He pisses all over the place. It don't seem like that was the one for you. It don't. So then, Jacob I have loved, Esau I have hated. My sheep know my voice. So when Abba was talking, Esau didn't listen to none of that stuff. He said, watch, I'm going to prove it. I'm going to prove he didn't listen. Go not and take a wife of the Canaanites. What did Jacob do? Did he take a wife of the Canaanites? What did Esau do? So then you see how Abba confirmed it? He wasn't listening to what he was told. He was a bad dog that won't hearken. You can't rein him in. You can't control this nigga. Any of y'all had a dog like that? No matter what you do, no matter how many taps with a newspaper, no matter how with a choke collar, a damn buzzing collar and all this shit, don't matter what you do. He's unruly, he don't listen, he's just won't do right. That's Esau because he don't listen. He don't take command. He don't know your voice. Does a good dog, even a dog, does he know his master voice? And do he listen to it? Do he come when he's called? Yes. A good, loyal dog will. Just that doggone simple. Speaking of dogs, it's just that doggone simple. So, if this is the case, then when he walked in, Abba walked in and said, hey, my sheep, or in other words, my puppies, they was like, yes, because they know his voice. That's what the scripture says. They recognize it. So they must have heard it in order to recognize. In order to recognize that shit. You hear what I'm saying? They had to have heard it already. So they said, hold on, I'm rehearing it. Abba talking. Yes, Abba? He said, you know what that job you doing? You don't do that no more. Now everybody else at work is still going along like Esau, not caring, not giving a damn. They're not hearing his voice. They don't hear it. You think they do because you do. You like, don't y'all hear that? No. I'm not his sheep. I don't hear his voice. I'm not his pup. You are though, Fido. That's why we hate your ass. So then when he calls and you hear, he says, hey, walk away from that profession. And how do we know? Because we read his son did the same thing. He says, everything I see my father do, I'm going to do it. So if Yahushua went to men that were at work and said, leave that work and come with me, did he do that? Did he do it? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. So then Abba did. Because he says, I do whatever I see my father do. So then, if Abba called out and you were at work and you left, now does the scripture attest to that? Two shall be grinding at the mill. One shall be taken and the other one left. Just like me, when I was on that assembly line, putting that airbag in there, then I said, fuck this. Hey man, you're leaving? One person was like, are you coming back? So then Abba ain't lying. His word don't lie about a thing. His word is truth. Read it in there and see if that's what it say. People try to get every kind of thing out of being truth. Well, look, maybe you ain't his pup. I know I'm his. I'm going to say it like that. I know I'm his. What about you? I don't know if I'm his. Well, that ain't my fault, is it? You hear these words? That ain't my fault. Did I do that? That ain't my fault. Do-do-do-do. Did I do that? I'm a pup sitting there, looking around like every other pup, sniffing around and shit. And then I heard somebody goes, hey you. And he called my name. I said, huh? Yeah, that's me. Come over here to me. All right. Then the other puppies looked and went, whatever. And then their owner called them. Shit, that's what happened. Their owner called them. Come over to me. Now, do they have a father? What did Yahusha tell you? They are children of their father, the devil. Told you their daddy and everything. So what that father? Like, the good shepherd teaches us to do what? Live by truth. Dog, don't doo-doo in my house. Doo-doo outside in the grass, like you like to do. That's what you like to do anyway, ain't it? Dog be like, he'd be asking you to go outside. He'd be like, can I go outside, please? Wagging his tail. Come on, out. You'd be like, out. He wants to go pee on the fire hydrant. He really don't want to pee in the house. But if he ain't got a good shepherd, then he may. He might. He never was taught from a pup up. He never was reborn as a pup and brought up again. In truth, this is what you designed for. You didn't know this what you were. So I'm showing you is. I'm giving you what you love. You love to go sniff. Let's go for a walk. It benefits both of us. Let's go do it. Good shepherd don't take his dog for no walk. He lazy. I mean, the bad shepherd don't take his dog for a walk because he lazy. The good shepherd do. He gonna give him what he needs. Ain't that what he told us? Do the dog have to take thought of what he'll eat if he got a good shepherd? I'm using shepherd, but you understand what I'm saying. He has a good owner. Do the dog have to think about what he'll eat? What about that little rascal living out there in the streets with no owner? That little vagabond, fugitive. What about that dog? He's scrounging around every damn day trying to figure out what the hell he's going to eat. Like a damn no account. He has no owner. Bastard. But us, on the other hand, take no thought of what you shall eat. That's what he says. Well, that's what you would tell your dog. Like I said, don't get offended by that analogy. Understand the wisdom of it. You're doing it. All you dog owners, you do this. So then how are you better than God? That's what I want to know. How are you better than the Father? I've even seen people take tissue paper and wipe their dog's rump after he's took a dump. They wipe their dog's rump after he took a dump. I've seen it. So come on, man. Good shepherd don't treat you better? Okay, then. So like I said, that's all it is. It doesn't say anything about his credibility by who he chose. Because Does it mean anything about your credibility when you chose the pup you did? Okay then. And you didn't even feel anything about the other ones, is the point as well. That's what I want you to understand about how you're elect. How does Abba feel about the others? Well, his word confirm it. Just like your life confirmed it when you walked away from that kennel, no longer taking thought of those other puppies. You're not thinking about their daily food and giving them any. You're not thinking about their daily water and making sure they have that and a warm bed to sleep in. You're not concerned with their getting their worm shots and all of this, taking baths and going to the groomers. And you don't do that for those other pups. You may be a kind, compassionate, loving person, and you still don't do that for those other pups. You do it for yours. You do it for your chosen pup. Grandson, why you being silly doing all of that? Because it's so obvious that that's the case with us. And yet, unlike that dog, we want to get all in our feelings about the other pups out there. You're looking out the window of your beautiful, warm, fancy house, looking out the window going, look at that dirty ass scoundrel out there in the alley, picking out of the trash can, eating all the banana peels he wants to eat. I want to go out there and eat all the banana peels I want to eat too. Why doesn't your owner let you go out to the trash and eat the banana peels out of there? Because those banana peels, your owner knows that they're rotten. They got maggots all in there. Flies is all in that shit. It's mixed in with all kind of other mildew and mold and all kind of other stuff. Since he love you, he don't want you eating that. Now, what do we read about the prodigal son? Ah, but your wisdom is outstanding. What do we read about the prodigal son? That he was eating out of the pig's trough? Or the pig slop? Whatever you want to call it. Ain't that just the same as that dog out there eating the banana peels out the trash? But he looks so free and happy looking at nobody's telling him what to do. Like Lady and the Tramp and shit. Trying to be like the Tramp. Y'all didn't watch Lady and the Tramp Part 2? When Tramp was living in the house with Lady? And all the other dogs in the neighborhood said he was a cop out. This guy, look at him, he changed up on us. He used to be our hero out here in the world. Now look at the guy. He wants to be living in the house next to the fire, getting his head petted on, sipping warm milk out of a bowl next to his owner. Damn! What a sellout! My nigga. Not so. But y'all didn't watch part 2. Y'all still caught up on part 2. We are Siamese, if you please. Meow. Y'all still on that version. If there be a baby, there's milk nearby. And all this shit. Do. Oh, man. I mean, you silly, man. Most High, man, he got a sense of humor. I tell you that right now. Remember Isaac. He laughs. You see, that's our promise. Now watch this. I want to give you all a mystery before I get on out of here. Why is Isaac called he who laughs? Because his mother is wisdom. His mother conceived him, which means birthed him. What do you mean, grandson? When a man is pondering something, a riddle, a thought, and he gains the understanding of it, he gains the wisdom of it. In other words, he consummates the bride. He takes her into his arms. He laughs. That is his response. Now watch. He'll be doing this. He'll be going. And then once he gets the answer, he goes, I'll be damned. That's it. Wow. That is when you got it. When you laugh. So, Wisdom, being the mother of Isaac, conceived and births he who laughs, because that's what happens after you have received wisdom. You gotta get the Scottish niggas in the kilts with the bagpipes and shit, the little violins, Irish and shit, whatever they is. I ain't trying to offend nobody that's Irish or Scottish. I'm just saying, whatever one it is, doing a little skidly D music. It is what it is, y'all. So it's time we just accept this reality. You see? It's time that you just accept the reality of you being that puppy that's chosen, and then the understanding that your owner got plans for you. If you walk in them, then you're going to be blessed, strong, healthy, radiant. People are going to see you walking by with your master, and they're going to go. They're not even going to see your master. They're going to see you. They're going to go, that's the truth. Silawam Isra'ila.